they couldn't work out a long-term deal this offseason. Again, I want to emphasize, both sides want to get that deal done. Dallas believes it will be able to re-sign Dak. Dak would like to stay in Dallas, but I also will say that we've heard that for the last couple of years, and no deal has gotten done, and that's why there continues to be a question about this particular situation, no matter what anybody says and thinks right now.
I'm a little tired
Shefty, drop that dose of reality.
Yeah, I'm a little tired of Adam saying we've been talking about this for 2-3 years, because he's right. We have been talking about it, it seems like, for 2 or 3 years. But look, here's the deal. Adam said it. They're going to eventually get a deal done. There's no question about it. Whether it's this year. No. Marcus,
I knew it. I knew you was going to say it. All right, go ahead. I'm bowing out.
They are eventually going to get a deal done. Okay? And when you look at it, their salary cap issues haven't even started yet for the Cowboys. You got to think about it this way. They haven't even released the salary cap of what it's going to be this year. So from what I'm understanding is they're waiting around about a month or so, it'll be released. So they have a clear understanding of what their numbers would look like and how they could structure a deal. And when talking about structure, when you get an offer at the type of money that he was offered, I don't know the front load. I don't know what was offered in the first 24 months or so, or first 18 months. Aaron Rodgers like, Julio Jones like, money all gobbled up in one swoop. But I can promise you that that deal gets done and he will be a Cowboy at some point in time for life, Marcus.
Whoa.
Man, you can't promise that.
He's promising stuff. Go ahead, Marcus.
I promise you it gets done.
You can't promise that.
I just did.
I'm not going to.
I just did.
You can't promise that.
Wait.
You can't do that.
No, I'm not.
Adam, go really fast before Marcus.
Yeah, yesterday Marcus said Russell Wilson isn't going anywhere. There's no bold proclamation. Hey, Key, the last time you made a bold proclamation, you said Jared Goff isn't going anywhere. Hello, Detroit Lions.
Well, they made a move based on what they wanted to do. But the last time you made a bold when you told me Phillip Rivers wasn't going to Indy.
Hey, whoa. All right, hey, listen. Hey, here's the thing. Guys. You don't want that smoke here on this show. Shefty doesn't forget anything. Listen, RC, I'm getting to you in a second. Marcus, you go.
Listen, this for me is very simple. It's like my agent told me when I was going through my contract negotiations. Nothing's guaranteed until that ink is dry in Dak's situation.
Absolutely.
And me and Key had this same exact fight last year. Last year, me and him talked about this same thing. I just don't see it. But what I will say is this. The Cowboys have to be very careful in this situation now, because there was a window that they built for Tony Romo to try to put all their chips in a basket to win a Super Bowl. That was drafting O-linemen and those draft picks actually hitting. That was getting Zeke Elliott at the running back spot. A team was built for Tony Romo before Tony obviously dealt with his injuries to his back and decided to hang it up, and Dak took over, and Dak showed what he could do. So the bottom line is fiscally responsible 4 or 5 years. Boys don't have a franchise quarterback right now. They're going to keep telling us they do, but they don't have one right now.
RC, I love asking you things like this because I just feel like no one answers it better than you. How much did you read into the fact that Dak was left out of the team hype video this week? We're seeing the hype video here on the screen, and there's no Dak in this video.
Hey guys, listen, I'm not stupid enough to think that the Dallas Cowboys are sending organizational messages through their videos. But what I do know is this is just another time where they've undervalued Dak or underappreciated them. Here's what I always say about me, right? Like, I'm kind of 0 to 100. Either like I'm really cool or I want to fight you. But this stuff in between, that means I nothing you. And so for the Dallas Cowboys right now, they have no emotional attachment to Dak. They're saying, they come out and said, okay, we didn't do this purposely, right? So it's not, as an organization, we are not trying to send a message. You know what else you didn't do purposely? You didn't put him in the video on purpose. You didn't make sure that your franchise quarterback was represented in your video. And you're talking about a team that absolutely stunk. That's why you had to put Troy Aikman in the video, because you had to go back 30 years to find something good to put in there. And you don't put the one thing good you got? You not even tripping on that?
man.
I'm sorry, Marcus. I apologize. You know what happened? They started to watch this video and they thought they were getting Marcus Spears, first-round draft pick, great NFL analyst, great on every single show. You know what Marcus Spears they got? The Marcus Spears that's trying to holler at Wendy Williams. Think about that. That is two different ends of the spectrum. That's two different ends of the spectrum. You can't do that. You can't think you're going to get a highlight video and have your best player on it, and then you get a highlight video and you don't even have him there. That's Marcus Spears and Wendy Williams. That's why people in my DMs now.
Oh, Marcus, I didn't know you had it in you, man.
All I'm going to say is, how you doing?
Hey! Listen, Wendy is a wonderful woman, and she does not deserve any of this nonsense that's happening here on NFL Live.
You got
All right, Wendy. All right, we got so much more coming your way on NFL Live. Hey, coming up, we talked to the legend, Jim Brown, talking about what's going on in Houston. He has it. Remember, people out there, this is not how Todd ranks these players. This is based off of conversations he's having throughout the league and what he thinks might happen based off of that. So, Todd, let's start off with the first 4 picks. Walk us through those.
Yeah, number one, no surprise. Trevor Lawrence is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguar pick, and I'm fairly confident that Urban Meyer doesn't take this job as the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars if he doesn't have a once-in-a-decade type of quarterback to wind up drafting with that number 1 overall spot. So Trevor Lawrence, you can nitpick. There are some throws you'd like to see more of in terms of intermediate, anticipatory throws, but he has everything from the size, the arm strength, the mobility, the anticipation, and also just the way he carries himself in the leadership. Number 2, this is where the draft starts in my opinion, the New York Jets. They're either going to keep Sam Darnold and move out of this number 2 spot, maybe to a team like Carolina moving up to number 2 to get Zach Wilson, or they're going to move Darnold, get some more draft capital, and they're going to wind up taking Zach Wilson, who I believe, after all the tape study I've done the last few weeks, is the clear-cut number 2 quarterback in this year's draft. His ability to extend and make plays is what separates him. Then number 3.